I am Stephen Davis, Senior Market Strategist, RJO Futures. Friday, July 15th, here to talk to you about the grain market. We'll start with the corn market. Okay, it's going to be hot next week. This is very well documented. So what goes on after this heat next week is probably what's going to drive the corn market here going forward. We have a very good corn crop out there. I just want to mention to you this week, Tuesday was the first night where temperatures stayed above 70 all night long. And it's the heat in the night that really holds the corn yields back. So backing up, we had nights of 60 degrees, and that's just perfect for corn pollination. During the day, sunlight, photosynthesis, corn works on its starch and kernel development, and then at night, cool temperatures, the corn market can rest, and that's really important for corn yield. So we've had a little bit of hot and humid here in northern Illinois. Maybe this is just an anomaly, a 1 or 2 day event, and we'll see what the weather looks like after next week's hot heat ridge that's been talking about. There's a lot of corn out there, people. We're working on a really good corn crop. There's going to be a lot of corn around this fall. So I'm looking for a harvest low September 1st, something like that. We'll talk more and more about that. Soybean market. Well, we get up early here in Chicago. I got up this morning early 4 hours ago, and soybeans were up 12. I got on my nice train ride in. They were down 22, and now they're up 6. So certainly price discovery is a good indicator. Markets are real nervous. But let's talk about something that we do know. July 5th, we opened up on Tuesday morning at 8:30 Central Standard Time. Long weekend. November soybeans opened lower at 11.20, okay, and left that gap and traded lower. Now this week, Tuesday's high was 11.19 3/4, getting up in there. And then Wednesday's high was 11.23. So textbook how November soybeans came back and filled that gap and then traded lower. So pay attention to this, traders. Any markets that you trade, watch for gaps. Know that they're there. It's not a guarantee or an absolute science, just like technical analysis is not either, but be aware of these gaps. So yesterday we had fund liquidation in the November soybeans after it filled the gap, and like I mentioned, a little bit of volatility in the air here going forward. So as it should be, this is the most volatile time of the year. Soybean market, Russia's exports, soybean exports to China, up 66% this year. So watch and see. Russia's a big player in the world wheat situation now, and Russia just might continue to grow more soybeans and sell them to China. That's what the world wants. That's what the consumer of the world wants. The middle class in China is now 265 million people. This middle class didn't exist 16 years ago in the year 2000. So has the world changed in the last 15, 16 years? I think so, and hence the demand for our grain markets. I think soybeans, it's the protein that the world wants. This is not going to go away. The middle class of China, their diets are more like ours, hence the demand for soybean. This is a good story, and we're going to keep talking about it. So going forward, this ridge next week, it's going to be hot. We're going to see what follows here after this heat next week. 6 a.m. this morning, the weather seemed to change a little bit. That's why soybeans sold off. A little more rain in the forecast, a little less intense heat. So we'll follow along on this, and everybody have an excellent weekend.